It was one of those evenings when the rain seemed endless, cold, relentless, and heavy enough to blur the lights of the small town. Daniel clutched his umbrella in one hand and his daughter, Emma's tiny fingers, in the other as they hurried toward the car after picking up groceries. Emma, just 7 years old, was giggling, trying to catch raindrops on her tongue, her innocence untouched by the world's harshness. But then she suddenly stopped. Her eyes widened, fixed on a figure sitting near the sidewalk, a young woman, drenched from head to toe, hugging her knees, shivering under the rain. Her clothes were torn, her hair matted, and beside her was a small cardboard sign that read, "Just need food and warmth." Daniel saw her too, but hesitated. The father in him wanted to protect his daughter from sadness, from the world's cruelty. "Come on, sweetheart, let's go home," he said softly. But Emma didn't move. "Daddy," she whispered. "She's cold." Daniel sighed, feeling a pang of guilt. "I know, honey, but we can't help everyone." Emma looked up at him, her big eyes glistening with tears. "But maybe we can help her," she said. Daniel froze. It wasn't just her words, it was her heart. They walked closer. The young woman lifted her head, startled. Her eyes were tired, red, but there was something gentle about her voice when she spoke. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you," she said softly. Daniel shook his head. "You're not scaring anyone. Are you okay?" She smiled faintly. "Just trying to make it." Through the night, Emma stepped forward and removed her small pink jacket, handing it to the woman. "You can have this," she said innocently. The woman's lips trembled as she accepted it, tears mingling with the raindrops on her cheeks. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice breaking. Daniel stood still, feeling something shift inside him. He saw not a stranger, but someone's daughter, someone's lost hope. After a pause, he said, "There's a diner across the street. Come on. You can dry off and eat something warm." The woman hesitated but followed, too cold and hungry to resist kindness. Inside the diner, warmth wrapped around them like a blanket. The waitress gave them curious looks, but Daniel didn't care. He ordered soup, coffee, and a meal for all three of them. Emma sat beside the woman, asking her name. "Lily," she said shyly. "That's a pretty name," Emma smiled. "I'm Emma, and this is my dad." Daniel nodded politely. "So, Lily, where are you from?" Lily hesitated. "I used to live not far from here. I had a job, a small apartment. But when my mom got sick, I left work to take care of her. After she passed, I lost everything, my job, my home. I've been trying to find work again. But it's hard when you have nowhere to go." Daniel listened silently, guilt pressing heavily on his chest. He thought about how easy it was to overlook someone's story, to walk past pain disguised as silence. As they ate, Emma leaned over to her father and whispered, "Can she stay with us, Daddy?" The words hit Daniel like thunder. He looked at Lily, fragile but proud, her hands shaking as she tried to hold the spoon. "Emma," he said quietly. "We don't even know her, but she's nice," Emma replied. "And she's cold. We have a guest room." Daniel didn't answer right away. Logic battled with compassion. Society teaches you to be cautious, but Emma's heart saw only humanity. Finally, Daniel took a deep breath. "Lily, listen. I don't usually do this, but I can offer you a place to stay for a few days until you figure things out. It's nothing fancy, but it's warm and safe." Lily froze, her eyes widening in disbelief. "Are you serious?" Daniel nodded. Yes, everyone deserves a fresh start. That night, Lily sat quietly in the back seat of Daniel's car as they drove home. Emma sang softly from the front, her little voice filling the silence. When they reached the house, Emma proudly showed Lily the guest room. "You can sleep here. It's my favorite room because it smells like Mommy's flowers." Daniel stood in the doorway, watching as Lily smiled, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Thank you," she whispered again and again. Daniel nodded and said, "Get some rest. Tomorrow's a new day." But as he turned off the light, he knew this moment had already changed something in him forever. Outside, the rain continued to fall, washing away the dust from the streets, and maybe, just maybe, cleansing hearts too. The next morning, the smell of pancakes filled the air. Emma was already at the kitchen table, giggling as Lily flipped pancakes awkwardly, her sleeves rolled up, hair tied back. Daniel watched from the doorway, amazed at how quickly she seemed to fit in. "You didn't have to cook," he said. Lily smiled shyly. "I wanted to. It's been a while since I felt normal." Daniel nodded, appreciating her effort. Over breakfast, Emma asked 1,000 questions. Where Lily grew up, what she liked, what her favorite color was. For the first time in months, Lily laughed. A soft, genuine laugh that even surprised herself. Days passed. Lily helped around the house, cleaned, cooked, and even helped Emma with homework. The bond between them grew strong, like they'd known each other forever. But one evening, Daniel came home late to find Lily sitting quietly in the living room, staring at an old photo on the shelf, a picture of his late wife. "She looks kind," Lily said softly. Daniel nodded. She was. Emma was only 3 when she passed. Since then, it's just been me and her. There was silence, heavy but peaceful. Then Lily said, "You've raised a wonderful little girl." Daniel smiled faintly. "She has her mother's heart." Over the next few weeks, Daniel helped Lily look for jobs. She applied everywhere but faced rejection after rejection. Yet she didn't lose hope. "I'll keep trying," she said each time. Daniel admired her strength. One morning, while dropping Emma at school, he noticed Lily talking to the principal. Later, with a spark in her eyes, "They offered me a position as a classroom assistant," she exclaimed, tears of joy in her voice. Daniel and Emma clapped and hugged her. For the first time in months, she felt purpose return. Weeks turned into months. Lily worked hard, saving every bit she could. But even as she rebuilt her life, she never forgot what Daniel and Emma did for her. One night after dinner, she said, "Daniel, I found a small apartment near the school. I think it's time I move out." The room fell silent. Emma looked heartbroken. "But your family now," she said, hugging Lily tightly. Daniel smiled, though part of him felt the same sadness. "We'll always be here," he said gently. The day Lily moved out, it rained again, just like the day they met. As Daniel helped her load the last box into her car, she turned to him and said, "I'll never forget what you and Emma did. You gave me more than a home. You gave me hope." Daniel shook his head. "No, Lily, you reminded us that kindness still matters." Months later, Daniel and Emma visited Lily's classroom. The children adored her, and her smile radiated confidence and peace. As class ended, Emma ran up and hugged her. "Daddy," she said proudly. "That's my best friend." Daniel's eyes filled with tears. In that moment, he realized something profound. Sometimes, angels don't come from heaven. They come from the rain, lost and waiting for someone to believe in them. And so life moved on, but something eternal had changed. Emma grew up learning that kindness was strength, and Daniel found faith in humanity again. Lily built a new life, but her heart always carried the warmth of that home, the home that opened its door when the world had shut every other.